everyone. As you guys may have heard, the very sad news, this will be our last episode for the time being. Big shout out to my very small yet very loyal fan base. Much appreciate how you guys have just really started rolling with these videos, how much you enjoy them, and I'm really glad that it got to foster a little bit of community while we weren't able to do so in person. Today we are making egg muffins. This is a very, very common recipe, become a pretty easy one to rotate in. You guys have already made these before, most likely, but I'm gonna give you a little tutorial on how I make mine. Egg muffins, delightful. It's healthy, I'm healthy. First things first, preheat the oven to a solid 350 degrees. So that's what I just did off screen. You couldn't see it, but trust me, it happened. This is a very small screen and I feel very close to it, and I feel like you can't really see everything that I'm doing, but thankfully I wildly gesticulate with my hands, so hopefully that helps you to understand what's going on. With this recipe, I am going to use 3 eggs and I am going to use 2 egg whites. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that all started. Actually, just kidding, before I do that, I'm skipping steps already. It's literally step 1 and I'm already skipping steps. I'm back. I'm going to start chopping up my vegetables. If you don't include vegetables in your meals, you definitely need to start doing that like ASAP, okay? No excuses. I'm going to, in my little eggies, put some spinach. I'm gonna chop that up. Tomato, I'm gonna chop that up. And onion, chop that up. Oh my goodness. Wait, Facebook's yelling at me. All right. You can watch me and probably get very scared for my fingers as I cut these vegetables. With the vegetables that we're gonna be using in the egg muffins, we want to chop it pretty finely. We obviously wanna make it palatable. It just makes one lovely bite all together. You can use whatever vegetables you would like. I'm just using what I have on hand because, to be honest, you guys, by the time Saturday rolls around, my stock is running real low, all right? So I don't always have a lot of vegetables to work with. So I am using what I've got left in my fridge. You can literally put anything in here. I'm doing the spinach and onion and tomato for a eggs Florentine type of recipe. I actually don't know what that means, but I feel like that sounds familiar. I'm gonna continue chopping this and finding things to talk about while I do this. So if anybody has any conversation topics, please feel free to pop those in the chat. Pretty dicey, pretty nicey. Make it all nice and diced. One thing that I think would be really good in here that I have done before would be like a turkey sausage or a turkey bacon and cheddar cheese. That one's really, really good. And then just putting some onions and bell pepper in that and kind of making like a little Western omelet kind of style egg muffin. Bell pepper, onion, tomatoes, zucchini, squash, spinach, obviously, kale, but we all know how we feel about kale, really. We just pretend to like it because it's healthy. No one actually likes kale. I'm just gonna do that one more time, and then we're gonna mix it all together. I am going to crack together eggs. Boom, there's 1. It's in the bowl. There's 2. I'm like the Sesame Street count right now. Boom, there's 3. Okay, that's good enough. 3 eggs and 2 egg whites. So on here, it's supposed to tell me, okay, so 1/4 cup is 2 egg whites. Thank goodness that this label was on here because I don't know. Measure that out. Lovely. I'm also putting in salt and pepper. Grind it up, pour it in. Give yourself a little flav. I'm adding some Italian seasoning. Seemed really appropriate with the ingredients that I was using today. And you guys, I may not be the world's greatest cook. Your girl knows food, okay? I'm great at eating food. Shake it in, mamma mia. I'm gonna whisk it all together. Here we go, whip it up, get whipped. So that's all coming together. We've got our eggs and our egg whites. They are looking great. Look at this. It is a pan. Just a pan. I'm gonna put my vegetables in the bottom of the tin. The thing is, they're gonna sink to the bottom anyway, so you can mix them in with everything, but it truly does not matter because they will just sink to the bottom anyway. So this guy is all greased, he's ready to go. And I am going to just put a couple of tomatoes in the bottom and a little bit of spinach and a little bit of onion. There's that oven, it's preheated, it's hot and ready. I feel like I'm definitely filling these up way too much, but am I not being a little bit extra, you know? I'm gonna smoosh those down, give it a smoosh. Yeah, these are so full, guys. These are very full. We're in my eggs. Mix them up one more time, bum, 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 bum. And then I'm just gonna pour them in, equally distributing my eggs across these 6 muffin tins. Oh snap, I definitely got an eggshell in there. But I didn't pour it in. It's stuck right here. Save the day. Also, I did not pour these in evenly. I made a big deal about that, but I didn't do it. So do your best because it's a lot harder than it looks, okay? Yeah, as you can see, I did not do that evenly whatsoever. There's a lot of egg in that. There is like no egg in that. Anyway, moving on. I'm gonna put these in the oven. Ugh, so hot. Oh, ah! Oh my goodness, my phone almost fell. Yeah. Oh my gosh! I'm gonna take these out real quick. That I forgot to put the cheese on top. My Lord. I am gonna use a little bit of mozzarella cheese. I'm going to just sprinkle these on top of my little eggies. A teaspoon of cheese on each one. I shouldn't have said anything. I should have just left it in there. I'm too honest. Anyway, guys, I put some cheese on top. So I'm going to, look at that. There they are, covered in cheese. Happy little muffins. All right, those are going back in there. The oven is very much on it. It's very hot. I hate opening a hot oven. I feel like I can't breathe, but maybe that's just me. I like to account for having a certain amount of protein in my meal. So with these eggs and with these egg whites, I bump up the protein content a little bit and reduce the fat content a little bit because the egg yolk has more fat in it and the egg white has more protein in it. So obviously we have the cheese on top, that's a little bit of fat. We have the egg yolk, that's a little bit of fat. We have the egg white, which is protein. There is a little bit of protein in cheese, but I wouldn't really count it that much just because it's outweighed by the fat content. So we bumped up a little bit of protein with that. And obviously we have our vegetables, yum, add those to every meal. And with this, if you're just having this as a snack, I wouldn't really be too concerned about adding a carbohydrate to it. However, if you are having this as a meal, I would definitely add a healthy carb source to it. And yes, I am very much open to doing some holiday specials with Meal Prep with Marissa. I know that you guys will, of course, miss me creating kitchen disasters that somehow always turn out okay. Enjoy this recipe and enjoy your day. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or compliments, you know that I am ready and waiting to use. Have an awesome rest of your day. I already said that, but I meant it, so that's why I said it again, okay? All right, that's enough. I'm just talking now. I'm just rambling because I don't want to say goodbye just yet, all right? Okay, guys, have an awesome day. There it is again. I'm going to stop saying it, but also that was the third time. Third time's the charm. I feel like I really completed it, and I'm out. See you around.